Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashai, Bahashai, Bahasham, Rachat, Nadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all the sincere Akim. Sir Isaiah 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey and none delivereth, for a spoil and none saith restore. And this is just going into this article right here. But before I go into that, let me get another precept, real quick, going into the exact same thing because this is the current state of our people within Babylon the Great. Okay, so this is the book of Isaiah 42, verse 22, and it reads. So okay, I'll start from verse 21. Isaiah 44, verse 21. If we have forgotten the name of our power, or stretched out our hand to a strange power, shall not the Most High search this out? For he knoweth the secrets of the heart. Yea, for thy sake are we killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Okay. And when you see all these different news stories covering how our people are falling into, how oppressed our people are, how people are getting killed in the street, like dogs in the street. Okay, nobody mourns for them, nobody investigates their murder. Jake goes missing, gets found dead, and then the case and his case closed. The police don't even bother to search out, the truth concerning what happened to them, whether they were murdered, whether it was a suicide or whatever happened. You just close the book on that whole situation. Okay, different things happen to Jake and no suspect is found, no person of interest, nothing like that. And that is the precept right there. That's going into the curses in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Okay, we have to remember, you have to understand that the reason why this is happening is because we committed this evil against the Most High. Let me get that precept. Yeah, so this is the book of Daniel chapter 9. Daniel chapter 9, verse 5, and it reads, We have sinned and have committed iniquity, and have done wickedly, and have rebelled even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. That is the reason why we are facing what we are currently facing here right now here on the earth. That's the reason why the so-called the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians, and our scattered brethren that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, the reason why we are being oppressed, the reason why we are basically a prey in this kingdom, why Jake will get slaughtered, Jake will get killed, Jake will get found dead, body parts missing, organs missing, and nobody says a thing. Okay, Jake gets killed in the streets, and Jake gets shot by the police, and the police get acquitted, they get set free. The reason why all of this is happening is because we departed from the precepts and the commandments of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. These are the causes that is currently on our people, and this is what you should expect in this society. Okay, when we go out to the highways and byways, and the Hebrew Israelites speak concerning repentance, speak concerning, coming out of this wicked society. And the reason why we do that is because there is nothing to be found for our people in this society. Because in this society, we are prey, we are spores, nobody cares about Jake in the society, nobody cares about the Hebrew Israelites in the society. And what they are trying to do in this kingdom is to wipe us out of existence. They're trying to completely destroy us as a people. There is no reason why you should continue to be in this society. There's no reason why you should continue to trust in the devils running this society, or second, the devils running this kingdom, or their followers, their acolytes. Okay, their little demon angels that run this kingdom with them, whether they come in blackface or not. So now let me just go to this article and see the main reason why I wanted to go, the main inspiration for this video. Okay, And it, as title of the article is Asia Maynard found dead after date with white man Isaiah James Crown. Cops say no foul play. And when I was read, when I saw them, when I saw the news at this article, when I saw people going into this article, because I was watching a video, and I saw them going into this article, it just makes you realize just how many times this happens. Okay, especially to the nigger woman. And at first, I wanted to actually, make a video solely concentrating on this because I have one article here and I have another one going into the exact same thing, and it's always the same situation. A Israelite woman, Eve, she goes on a date, okay, or she goes to go and meet up with somebody, with these crackers, with these devils, and then turns up missing. Eventually gets found dead, okay. But the same thing also happens to our people, to all of our people. It's not just, okay, this isn't an isolated incident. It's not just Eve. It's also the men of our people as well, Israelite men as well. Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. The same thing happens to all of our people that are in this kingdom. Whenever you go and meet up with these devils, meet up with Esau, Edom, especially when it's, just you and them unsupervised, you always, it's always Jake winds up missing and then dead. And I'm thinking of the article that came up with, I believe it was that 2 years or either last year or last 2 years, going to that 14-year-old child that went to go and play with some of his white friends and then out of nowhere, started not white, red friends, and then out of nowhere winds up dead. And they were comparing, they were comparing him to Emmett Till, okay? And you know how that's, about the old story of Emmett Till and how, for all that time, okay, the only reason why you even know that Emmett Till was innocent and it was an unjust killing is because the woman that claimed that he sexually assaulted her on her deathbed finally confessed that she lied about the whole thing, which of course everybody knew it was a lie already. But Esau Edom is always looking for an excuse. These devils are always looking for an excuse to put people to death, man. And that's something that our people need to understand, that these devils, Esau Edom, is not for our people, it's not for our turn. These are not people that you should be associating with. These devils aren't people that you should be associating with, okay? Because you realize that these devils, you see, majority of our people, you Israelites, you always see Esau Edom, the devil, as better than your own people. And that's why you see this happening. You see Eve talking about how she wants to go out and date these white men, that she's tired of the so-called, the so-called black man, okay, the Israelite man, which of course we are not black, okay. That is a Bible against our people, but we are Israelites. But you see Eve, siding with Esau Edom, just like she did in the garden, siding with this devil. But what will this siding with this devil do for you, okay? And let me just get these precepts. Since I already decided to speak about this, let me just get these precepts. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 4, and I'll start from verse 30. It's like a Jeremiah chapter 4, and I'll start from verse 30. And this was speaking, of course, of the entire nation, but it can also apply to what is going on right now for our people. Okay, this was speaking of it during the time of Jeremiah, but we can also apply it to now. Jeremiah 4 verse 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. All right, and that's what is happening to our people. You are trying to, as the scriptures say, let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Our people are trying to trim. Here it is. So this is the book of Jeremiah 2 verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. And that is what our people are trying to do right now. Trying to, trying to change their ways, trying to adopt the ways of Esau, Edom, the ways of the devil, and forsake the ways of their own ways. Okay, our way as the Hebrew Israelites, in order to, live, in order to link up and live with these devils, to try and believing that they can live peacefully with Esau Edom, because that's what our people want. Our people want to be one with the wicked of this society. They want to be one in this kingdom, And for all the smack, for all the things that Jake says about being oppressed and systematic racism and how they can't catch a break in this kingdom, they always seem to run back to Esau Edom no matter what happens. They don't look for the alternative, which is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the correct way, because our people know who they are. Okay, it has come to the point where every so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, Seminole Indian, and even our scattered brethren, they know who they are. And I can say this with confidence because the men of the Lord have been on the highways and byways, have been doing this work. Okay, when you go out to any Jake and ask them, do they know about the Israelites, and they'll tell you that they do. Even here in Nigeria, the exact same thing. Here, you think that the third world country, you think that no Jake doesn't know about the Hebrew Israelites. They do. Okay, they know about people being the Israelites, but they're always stuck on that Judaism mindset. But they do know about these things, okay? But instead of Jake to repent and to come back to their heritage, the full understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, this is what they want to do. They want to go out with these devils. They want to go and they want to cleave onto these devils, and this is the only thing that awaits you when you cleave onto Esau Edom. So this is a metaphor, okay? Here you see the adulterous woman, because that's exactly what she is. You go into the story, you find out she's a single mother, and then you see the devil, and then Israel, as the adulterous woman, goes up to the devil, walks up to the devil, and goes after him, to commit more fornications and more wickedness with them. And then this is what happens to you. You wind up dead. Nobody knows the reason why, but in the back of their minds, everybody's saying that this devil had to have had something to do with it. I'm not going to say anything like, oh, this Edomite is the one that put her to death or anything like that. So just keep it the same way it is in the official, you know, police reports about how how she died of natural causes. So let's get into the article. Another day, another story where the cops seem to be covering up a potential murder of a black woman at the hands of a red man she just recently met online. This happened in Kansas City, Missouri, and here is what the cops are saying that happened and why the family thinks it's all BS. And basically, like I said once again, if shouldn't even be messing with these Edomites or these heathen men, okay? And as the scripture said, that's I believe that is Ecclesiasticus 12:12, that's or 12:13. That who shall pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent, or such as any come nigh wild beast. You should already know what to expect when you link up with these devils, man. Esau, Edom, and let's get that. Let me just quickly jump to that preset if I read this article. It seems that I'll go through all my presets if I won't finish reading this article, but I just want to get this one first, okay? So this is the book of Isaiah 35, and I'll start from verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh of power. Or is this other one Yahweh? Hold on, stop here. Just want to make sure. Okay, yeah. Adawan Yahweh. Okay, so Isaiah 35, verse 3. And say unto it, Thus saith Adawan Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And this Mount Seir, let's go to that, just so there will be to get the full understanding, because the original that Mount Seir is the original location of these devils, okay, the homeland of Esau Edom, and the word here is Sha Shai Shayar. That's the original. That's the way of saying it in the Paleo Hebrew. Shayar. Okay, and this is the word Shayar, hairy or shaggy, patriarch of the Horites, the inhabitants of Edom, before the descendants of Esau the Edomites, the land of Edom south of the Dead Sea, a mountain range in Edom extending from the Dead Sea to the Atlantic Gulf, and that's basically the abode, okay, the house of the Edomites. So when the Most High is prophesying against Mount Seir, he is prophesying against the Edomites, okay, because the land he also equates to the people. So Mount Seir is wherever these Edomites dwell in today. Okay, and we already know who these Edomites are. They are the so-called red man that is ruling over the earth today. So Isaiah 35 verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. So why is the Most High prophesying against, okay, not for? All the words that he's saying is a prophecy that is meant to come against these Edomites, come against these devils, to be to their downfall, to their destruction, to their hurt, and not to lift them up. Okay, so why is the Most High doing this? Why is the Most High prophesying evil against Esau Edom? Ezekiel 35 verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Adawan Yahweh, I will prepare I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So because these devils, as the scripture say, they had a perpetual hatred, they did not lay down their hatred for our people, and to this day, that hatred still continues. So the Most High has put a curse on them, a curse that they will that's in the coming of our Lord Yahushua. Okay, the day that our Lord Yahushua rises up, He will avenge the blood of our people that they have shed, that these Edomites have shed all throughout the four corners of the earth. It will be avenged by the hand of our Lord Yahushua. But the reason why I read this is because this precept is still relevant even till today, because these Edomites, they still hold that hatred. They still shed the blood of our people. Okay, even after everything, even after we've gone through our 400 years of slavery, we've gone through our captivity and the curses. Now that we are rising up back to our nationality, back to our understanding, and the Most High is slowly removing those curses from us, and our salvation is drawing near. We still have stories like this. Okay, so okay, jump to the wrong place. Okay, we still have stories like this where these Edomites, where these Edomites might maybe are covering up whatever happened to this young woman, or rather this woman. Okay, because technically she's older than me. Anyway, let me read on. The family of a 29-year-old woman who was found dead in a home in southeast Kansas City last month has raised questions regarding the Kansas City Police Department's investigation. Asia Maynard was reported dead February 19th. Officers with the Kansas City Department found the mother of four's body at a home in the 8200 block of East 57th Street. Detectives conducted a preliminary investigation alongside medical examiners, Bekina said, and found no immediate signs of foul play. Maynard's family has demanded answers, saying that the information presented by the Kansas City police does not add up. Family says Maynard went on a date on Friday, February 18th, and was never heard from again. And that's what you see, okay, because the police claim that she died of natural causes, okay, but the family is claiming that no, these Edomites have to have something to do with it, and a lot of our people, you know, they believe that they can be equal in this society, that they can join hand in hand with these devils, and this is what often becomes of them, okay. And I also have another article right here, and it's going into the exact same thing. It's still the same thing, Eve thinking that she can get with these devils and raise up her status, but Esau Edom had other plans, mainly putting you to death. So this is the book of Salakia. Salakia, and that was habits. My mind was this I was having lost a train of thought for a second. Okay, so this is the article. Black woman found dead after date with older red man. Police refuse to investigate. Okay, and this is what you see happening. It's not just the police you have to be scared of. It's not just getting shot by the cops in the streets. They have to be scared of. Okay, it's also getting caught alone with these devils. Okay, because it could happen to you at any time. Now, after this is the article right here. After their 23-year-old relative was found dead inside her apartment in Bridgeport, Connecticut, that state, a family has been left traumatized and in desperate need of answers. Lawrence Smithfield was found was discovered lifeless in her Bridgeport apartment on December 12th after using dating app Bumble to meet an older red guy. According to Westchester News 12, the individual who has not been revealed called police about Smithfield's death but wasn't detained for interrogation. And you see it right here again. Basically, the last, basically normally during a death, okay, they just put it like that. The last person seen with the victim would always be suspected for having a hand in the murder of her mother. But in these two cases, these there was not even considered. They were allowed to go scot free. They weren't suspects or persons of interest, and then the case was closed once again, happening constantly over and over and over and over and over again. Our people are basically, you know, just like sheep in this kingdom, just seen as less than dead. Even the animals, the pets that these Edomites have are seen as more important than our own people. And this is what you are to expect in this kingdom. This is what we are in this kingdom, okay? And that is why we are so eagerly awaiting for the arrival of our Lord Jehovah, because we can finally have vengeance for this madness right here, where our people are being treated as less than dead. So I'm going to end this article right here. So with that, all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Racha, Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit that will be acting on you are quite edified. Shalom.